is right. To Congressman Michael McCaul on that, the Texas Republican congressman, House Foreign Affairs Committee, so many other crucial committees. He's been meeting with a lot of these principal players. Congressman, what do you think of that? That the next step, at least according to Boris Johnson, is chemical weapons, maybe worse. What do you think?
Well, typically Putin will allege that Ukraine is using certain weapons that they don't actually have as a precursor or pretext for what he is going to do next. So in fact, you're right. I'm going to be at the British Embassy this evening with some top officials talking about this very issue. What is going to come next? The Brits are reporting, by the way, the thermobaric bomb has been used by the Russians in Ukraine. This is a very insidious weapon that sucks the oxygen out of the air and you breathe fire in. It's an incendiary device. This is, again, we talk about the Geneva Convention, between using that bomb and bombing a maternal hospital with children. This will be the second children's hospital they have targeted. And then you see these mass graves. I was in Poland at the border of Ukraine, and it just was very reminiscent of World War II, just very eerie, Neil. This is a very tragic situation.
Congressman, there's an interesting item in Bloomberg News today talking about Russian military prowess and that it's in question because of how significantly the Russian military has been bogged down in Ukraine. The gist of it was that the more bogged down, the more desperate Vladimir Putin becomes, and the higher the prospects of being tried on crimes against humanity, the more likely he is to show his inhumanity, the more targeted attacks on civilians. And all of a sudden, we're dealing with a wounded animal, not only cornered, but just, crazy. Do you fear that we're at that stage?
Yeah. Well, I think that that is part of the concern when I get my briefings. First of all, I think we totally overestimated the strength of the Russian military. They've proven to be not as effective as we thought. They're at a slow crawl right now, but they are closing in. And we completely underestimated the strength of the Ukrainians and the Ukrainian people. Their will is much stronger than the Russian soldiers, which gives me long-term hope. But we've got to get these lethal weapons in. We were up late last night voting on a package, billions of dollars in lethal aid that we can now start. We are already putting this stuff into Ukraine, but we need more things like the drones that can deliver firepower. These surface-to-air missiles. The more we can get those in country, immediately we can help. This resistance movement. But to answer your question, the way it was described to me by a very high-level official in a classified setting was it's kind of like a scorpion. You don't want to back the scorpion into a corner and he brings the tail out and stings you with everything he has. And what they mean is the short-range tactical nukes. This would be the nightmare scenario that we want to avoid. Imagine if Putin launched those nukes either in Ukraine or Poland or some other NATO ally.
No, you're right. I mean, all bets are off then, Congressman. God help us all in that event. Thank you very, very much. Good luck at your meeting tonight, sir. Michael McCaul, the Texas congressman, meeting with some of the key players.